How's everybody doing? Hey, Icon community. Hey, Sincere Fair fam. How y'all doing? We're going to get started in a few minutes. We're just giving a few minutes for everybody to jump in and see what's going on. Tonight we are going to be doing some beverages, some nice margaritas, and also we will be doing an appetizer too. We're going to do a ceviche. It's going to be made with scallops, okay? So it's good to see everybody joining in. All right. Let's see what's going on. We're going to give about 2 minutes to get it started, all right? Hey, Woodbridge Crossing, how y'all doing? See the Icon fam in. Hey, Ashley. Hey, Southern Hospitality. Well, Fashionality, sorry. What's that? Okay, hey, Walter. Hey, Jackie. Hope everybody's doing well. We'll give it just like 2 minutes. Robert is back there busy making a simple syrup real quick. So he's gonna be able to talk through some different types of tequilas, and I'm gonna also have some info on the food for you guys as well. And this is gonna be a interactive class, so feel free to ask any questions you may have. We're pretty knowledgeable in what we're doing tonight. Happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody. Everybody who's on, hopefully everybody's having a good time so far. Like I said, anybody who's just joined, we're gonna give about 2 minutes. We're gonna get it started, all right? All right. In the background, if you hear the music, we have some Tito Puente playing, okay? If you're not sure who that is, look him up. Great Latin jazz player. Probably going down in the books as one of the best. So please look him up as well. Let Robert jump in here.
Awesome. Hello, everyone. What's up, the Spanish? Bienvenidos, mi amigos and amigas.
I don't know that much.
You don't know what that means?
I don't know
Welcome,
that
my
much.
friends, to our English brothers.
Yes.
Awesome. So I know Josh was saying hello. I want to say hello personally as well. Thank you, everybody, for joining and spending your Cinco de Mayo with us. Hopefully you have some plans later on.
Yeah.
Hopefully you can take some of the ideas from the margaritas we're making and make one for yourself tonight. So, looking forward to it.
What's that? Hola, poppies.
She's fluent. I can tell she's fluent. She is fluent.
She's trying.
All right, I don't know, is it a good time to get started?
We can.
All right, well, welcome everyone to Cinco de Mayo with the Icon family and Sincere Fare. My name is Robert. This is Chef Josh,
Yes.
and we are going to talk through some really cool things today. We're going to make some margaritas. So our first margarita will be a hibiscus strawberry margarita. Our next margarita will be a blood orange cilantro margarita. And then Josh, do you want to talk about the food?
Yes. As mentioned, anybody who just joined, we're going to be doing Scallop Ceviche tonight, right? So we're going to be using fresh citrus juices, some herbage, and we're really going to let the flavors flow from there, okay? So, like I said, any questions along the way, feel free to ask us, okay? We'll be going back and forth to look at the phones and ensure that we're answering as many questions as possible to make it interactive, okay?
Absolutely. So I guess I can go ahead and get started.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about the tequilas first. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but I'll try to put this in better view. We went and we got some bottles for the class. I mean, it's for us as well, but strictly for the class right now. So I don't know if you guys know a lot about tequila, but tequila is probably one of my favorite liquors. When you look up here, we actually have 3 different types of tequilas. So Josh, you're going to help me work this out right now.
Doing bottle service right now.
Bottle service. You just need some sparklers.
That's
how they
it,
do it outside at the parties. So Josh, if you can bring the first one up. The first one is actually a Blanco tequila. So what's different about the Blanco tequila is it's been aged for less than 2 months. So this tequila is going to be very light in nature, and it's also going to have almost like a citrusy note to it. So Blanco, really good. But one of my favorite tequilas is the next one that we're going to talk about is the Reposado. So Reposado is a great tequila. It's been aged between 2 months and a year. So Blanco is up to 2 months. Reposado is 2 months to a year. And finally, the añejo.
Añejo. It's only Spanish I know.
Look at that. That's all you need to know what the añejo is.
Go.
Añejo has been aged for more than a year. So añejo is considered like the most refined of the tequilas. We're actually going to be using the reposado today to make the first margarita. But I'll pause there. Are there any questions about the tequilas that we talked about and the 3 different types? The blanco, the reposado, and the añejo. We'll give you some time.
We'll give it a minute to see if there's any questions.
Great.
And everybody who's joining, thank you for joining. It's good to see you. Hey Icon community, Sincere Fair fam, how y'all doing? We really appreciate everybody getting on with us tonight. All right.
So if there's no questions, I'm going to go ahead and get started on the strawberry hibiscus margarita. So I have my bar kit right here. So for those who use a bar kit or are familiar with it, this is your tumbler. So everything is going to go in here as I mix it up and get it going. So the ingredients for the strawberry hibiscus margarita is I have fresh strawberries, organic, because we have a friend that wants us to use only organic products. So we try to do it good. Shout out, hey Renee. We also have dried strawberries, and I'm actually going to use these dried strawberries to dust my rim. So typically your rim comes with sugar or salt, so this one is going to have dried strawberry dust and sugar. So it should be really, really good. In this drink as well, we're going to use a Grand Marnier. A Grand Marnier is an orange liqueur, and it's typically just added there for flavor. One of my favorite liqueurs as well, Grand Marnier. We already talked through the hibiscus leaves, so at the beginning of the IG Live, I was actually back there making a simple serve. So simple serve, really easy to make, equal components across the board, tea leaves, sugar, and water. You bring it to a boil, you put the sugar into the water and let it dissolve completely, and then your simple syrup is done. Okay?
So you drop the tea leaves into that water sugar mixture, correct?
Yes, I dropped the tea leaves into the water sugar mixture. And actually, Josh, if you can, take it up. This is different. I'm usually the one helping out Josh, but I guess because we're talking about alcohol, which is my specialty,
Let me see
he gets to help us out.
All right, I don't know if y'all can see that too much. I'm not about to spill too much, but y'all see that? Okay, there we go. There we go.
Great. So, as we get started, like I said, we're going to put everything into our tumbler. I actually have a jigger as well. So this is called a jigger. You basically measure out 1 to 2 ounces for each thing. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I have my reposado. I'm going to take that off, pour it into the jigger. We're looking for about 2 ounces of tequila. And pour it directly in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and cap my reposado. I'm going to pull out my Grand Marnier. Pull that open. We're going to do 1 ounce of Grand Marnier. So for the Grand Marnier, I typically pour over the jigger, so if anything spills, it spills directly into my cup because I don't like wasting liquor. Don't want to waste any of this good liquor that we have in front of us. We also have, I forgot to mention, we also have lime juice that's been squeezed from the lime, so I'm going to go ahead and pour that in there. That's going to be about 1 ounce as well. And then I also have some agave, which is organic syrup as well. So it's great that we have the agave syrup, and then tequila is actually made from agave as well. So trying to pair the whole thing all the way up.
Yeah.
So let's get this going. I'm gonna pour 1 ounce within there as well. That goes in there, and then finally I'm gonna put my strawberries.
Now, can you tell them just for a second? There's different, for people who don't know, there's different types of agave.
There is different types of agave.
Okay.
So I can actually pull out an example. So agave is close to like a maple syrup for those who may not be familiar with agave. So you have your raw agave and you have like your light agave or blue agave. So the difference is typically the raw agave hasn't been filtered as much as the blue agave. The raw agave has more of like that maple syrup feel and taste to it. And then the blue agave or the light agave typically has like a butterscotch feel to it. So based on what you're looking for, you would use a different agave. And because I'm making a drink and I want it to be kind of lighter, I'm going to use more of the butterscotch flavor for it. So I'm going to go ahead and put this away. We're gonna put the agave up there so it can be seen. We'll have this list for you with all the products and stuff that we're using right now. So take my fresh strawberries, pour them into the tumbler. Let me use this. Give it some. Yeah, go ahead.
I say Robert has this fancy, I mean super fancy.
I don't know if it's fancy.
This is bona fide, y'all. Like, do y'all see this bar kit? Okay, so everything that he's utilizing today, he got from this bar set. Where'd you get this bar set from, Robert?
Amazon.
Okay.
Where I get everything in my house. Everything that you see here that's not liquor has come from Amazon. So right now I'm muddling up my fresh strawberries. So I'm gonna walk to the front of the camera. I'm gonna let you guys look inside. Oops, I'm spilled some. It's okay. We're gonna make that different. Muddling it up, smashing it up, because I want that fresh feel of flavor. And Josh, you can talk about like the importance of berries right now and how they may taste different based on the time of year.
So right now, it is spring, and in the spring you have all your berries. So one thing I enjoy doing is while we're cooking or even creating recipes to share with you guys, me and Robert actually sits back and discuss what are we going to utilize, what are we going to make. We don't want to do the traditional, right? We could have easily done a traditional margarita, right? But we want to do something different. So I said, what's the season, right? What can we get local from a farm, right? So that's exactly what we did today. Berries are in season right now, y'all. It is best to utilize the fruits that are in season. You're going to get the most flavor out of them. If you utilize a winter fruit in the spring, it's not going to be good, right? But if you use a spring fruit in the spring, it helps out. And berries are in season. You can easily, if you want to know what's in season, Google it. Google has all the answers you need. Or DM me and I got you, okay?
Great. So I'm working with the the hibiscus syrup right now. Josh was kind enough to go ahead and strain it for me. So what you want to do, you walk that up there, yeah. What you want to do is make sure you strain it so you get all the leaves out of your drink. Because hibiscus is a very strong flavor. If you leave it in there, you will only taste hibiscus in your margarita. So make sure you strain those hibiscus leaves out. Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. So I have my hibiscus simple syrup, very dark in nature, the color that I wanted. I'm gonna pour that in there as well. It's coming up to be very good. And then I'm gonna add some ice to it and get this mixed up. So give me a second. So now that I have the ice for my drink, I'm gonna go ahead, make sure that this cap is on tight, make sure I'm holding it. I'm gonna hold it by the bottom, and I'm gonna shake it until I feel that it's chill. So it typically takes about 10 seconds before you get it really ready to go. So we're gonna go ahead and cap this off right here. Yes, it's gonna be nice. You see the froth on the top, which means I got a real good shake on it. And now what I can do is I'm gonna dust my actual strawberries. So for my rim, pour it into a blender. This is gonna be good. Smells good. It smells like Captain Crunch. Anybody eat Captain Crunch? I love Captain Crunch.
There we go.
So we have the strawberry pieces there. So what I'm gonna do is I have the ice cube that I'm gonna drop into my glass. I'm gonna use a typical rocks glass. Drop it into there. I'm sorry, let me dust my shirt first. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rim my glass. So typically what you do, just take the glass, pour it on top, and roll it around.
And what are you utilizing right there?
And this is actually an agave syrup as well to dust it, so I get an additional sweetness of flavor with it. So it's gonna be really good. So I drop it in the sugar once, and then I drop it in the strawberry once. So if you can show them the rim, Josh.
Yeah, here we go. Can y'all see that rim really good? There we go. Look how beautiful that is.
So it's gonna have real hints of the strawberry and the tequila. So I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna put my ice cube in. Okay. Because you wanna pour over the ice. And now we take this. I'm just gonna strain it.
Okay.
So I have my strainer.
Professional.
I'm gonna pour it in top.
Look at that.
So you see all of the strawberry pieces and some of the hibiscus leaves that made it through the strainer.
Yeah.
And there we go. There's our strawberry hibiscus drink. Go ahead and garnish the top for me.
Since we got these seasonal berries, we might as well just put a little berry on top right there.
And there we go.
Let me show y'all this.
Strawberry hibiscus margarita.
Can y'all see that? Looks delicious. Can make this at home and save a bunch of money. All right.
Great.
That's restaurant quality right there.
Do we have any questions?
We have one question on this side. It says, do you have a kind cube maker you recommend? Or king cube maker?
Yeah, so like I said, I got this from Amazon. Typically real easy to make. They come in different shapes. They have the squares, they have the spheres. I actually saw a diamond one time, so I would say look at Amazon. It's like Amazon's choice or whatever, and grab that one. But this is really good. I get to make 6 at a time. They're easy to pop out, and I use them with all of my drinks.
Yep, and it's made out of silicone, if that helps as well. What's tequila made from?
Tequila's made from an agave plant. So only the blue agave is used for the Blanco, but all of these are used for, agave is used for all of these different types of tequilas. And Josh, I know we actually even have something that's made from the agave plant that you can talk through, called mezcal.
Yep, I'm gonna talk through that. Let's answer these questions real quick and then I'll go into mine. I'm gonna step over real quick, guys, so I can see these. Okay. Yeah, man, you need to get you a King Cube maker, man. It's a game changer,
really
for sure.
Is. I use it for my whiskeys, my margarita. Like, an ice lasts very long, so it doesn't like water down your drink. Because typically when you use smaller ice cubes, they melt faster, and then your drink becomes watery. So King Cubes are the way to go. Chef
Jay said, "Where you at though? Location?"
I'm in my kitchen. Come get one of these drinks. See, Chef Jay wants to get one of these drinks. It's okay. It's okay. We'll make you one when you come. We got you.
And then someone said, "What other flavors do you recommend?"
When you say other flavors do you recommend, you mean in addition to the strawberry hibiscus, or just margarita flavors in general?
If you can answer that for us, whoever wrote that question, feel free to answer that.
Yep,
all right.
Awesome. So I will keep an eye out on that. We actually have somebody here that's working the camera equipment in the back, and she's been working so hard. So I'm going to go ahead and reward her with the drink. You just loud if it's good. That's all we need you to do.
All right. So while we got a little break here, we're going to take a break from the drinks for just 1 second. All right, we're going to jump into some food, then we're going to jump back into some drinks, okay, y'all? Because while you're drinking, you're going to need something to eat, and you want to make sure that you can enjoy your drink fully and not get too drunk, right? So
it depends on the occasion. Now,
yeah, it does.
Mayo.
It does.
We understand. We understand. Let me see if that question is still there. Oh, Icon said we want one too. You know what? We can do that. I got a whole bowl of simple syrup ready to go.
We got to do some to-go drinks or something.
We can do to-go drinks. Just let us know. We'll even throw a little extra tequila in there for you.
All right. So right here, y'all, we're about to move into the Scallop Ceviche. All right, this is a super simple appetizer. Right, y'all probably seen gloves go on my hands. Anytime I'm working with proteins, I'm typically putting gloves on. I recommend everybody, especially with everything that's going on now, you might want to be as clean as possible. So this is where we can be clean. So right here I have some scallops that I have, right? I just stored it in a container. On the scallop, right? When you're working with scallops, there's one important thing to note. Do y'all see that little piece right there on the side of it? Okay. Yeah, you see that little piece right there? We want to remove that, okay? When the scallop actually cooks, we want to make sure that they're tender and this piece can come a little tough. So anytime you see it on the side of the scallop, please, please, please do your guest a favor and yourself and remove it, okay? So right here, I have a cut board and some ingredients. Now, since I'm gonna step away from the scallops for 1 second. Anytime I'm not touching meat no more, I don't want to touch anything else with the same scallop gloves, so I'm taking them off, right? I'm disposing of them. Okay? I got them disposed of right here on my station. I have my knife I'm gonna stir with. Then I have a zester. You can find this online. Great tool, right? Great tool. You can utilize it for drinks, for garnish, even dishes, right? I like to utilize it for dishes. Great tool. So I'm putting that to the side. Also up here I have some lime, lemon, and orange. What's important about this dish is that we're not going to cook the scallops with heat. We're going to cook it through acidity, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these in half, because this is actually how we're going to cook it. We're going to use the juices from these fruits, right? And we're going to put it on top of the scallops after I cut them, put some other flavor profiles in there, and then we're just going to let it sit, and that's how the dish comes together. So luckily, I have some I prepared from earlier, but I'm going to show you my preparation to get to that point. Robert, if you can do me one favor,
yes.
Just get me like a little bowl.
Absolutely.
All right, so while we're waiting on that, I have some cilantro here. Cilantro is a great herb, right? One thing I've learned over my time is that you can utilize the herbs in different ways. So one thing I do is I cut my ends off, and I put them to the side and I save them. I like to use the ends in soups, different types of stocks, depends on what type of stock it's going to be. I utilize it in sauces. Anything where I'll be cooking over heat, I utilize the stems. Cut them real fine, and you'll be able to utilize them anything you need them for to get that cilantro flavor. Also, what I do is I save the leaves separately. The leaves I use as a finisher, okay? So I get that fresh, pungent flavor towards the end, right? So while I'm waiting, excuse me, sorry about that. 1 second. So while I'm at home and I'm waiting, sorry, looking through some questions real quick.
I can do that.
Okay. While I'm at home, I'm waiting for my soups and stuff to be done. What I do is I like to separate my herbs. You can do the same thing with thyme and rosemary, oregano. Save the stems and put them to the side. Okay, so I'm putting my glove back on, having a little struggle here, but that's fine because my hands got a little wet. It's all good. All right. So what we want to do is I'm gonna take my scallops right here. I got my citruses cut. I move them to the side. All right. And since I'm making one dish on this cutting board, I only use it for this dish, and then we'll change it out. Right. So I got my scallops. All I'm gonna do is I'm take these scallops and I'm gonna quarter them. Right. So you get scallops, fresh scallops at any grocer. I like to go to like a Publix or a Whole Foods to get my meats, but any grocery that you like to go to, you can go there and get it. We're just going to cut them into small pieces, right? Let me show you how small. Sorry. Right, so little bite-sized cubes, okay? Right. The reason why we want to cut them small is we want to make sure that the acidity cooks through. If you want to use bigger pieces, you can. Only thing you got to realize is it's going to have to sit longer. So the smaller, the better. But you want to make sure you have a little chew for your dish, okay? So I'm cutting in quarters, right? Got that going. All right. I'm not going to cut all these because I already have some prepared, like I said. So that's sitting right there. My next step is citrus. So citrus goes straight on it, okay?
So Josh, I don't really eat seafood a lot. When you pick these scallops out of the store, what are you looking for? Because I know when I look for like fruit, if it's starting to turn brown, I stay away from it. Is it the same thing with like seafood and different types of meat?
Yeah. So, but the scallops is somewhat about the touch. You want to touch the flesh and see how the flesh feels. It shouldn't feel sticky or slimy. That's one thing to look for. And then lastly, too, you want to make sure you smell it as well. It should smell like the sea, but not fishy, if that makes sense. So, smelling fresh, but not pungently fishy, okay? All right, so right there I have my scallops and my citrus sitting in this bowl. Next thing I'm gonna do, I have some cilantro. Now, remember I said we can use the cilantro for different preparations, correct? So, I'm gonna use the stem for the marinade of the scallop. So I'm just gonna slice it really thin. Probably about quarter inch or 1/8 of an inch, right? And we're gonna take those pieces and put it right on in here with the scallop, okay? Also, what I got right here to the side is I have some fresh garlic. Garlic's gonna add a lot of flavor. So for that little bit that I'm making right there, I'm just gonna put 1 clove in. Guys, if you want this recipe, it's very delicious. If you want it, go to our website at sincerefare.co, and you'll be able to sign up for our listserv, and we'll be sending that out to you guys along with these drinks as well. So just a FYI, okay? So we're dropping the garlic in here. Next, I have some red onion that I want to utilize. So I already had some at home that I had in half, right? Taking that, and all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give a small dice of the red onion, going across and turning it, and then going back down the opposite way. And you're looking for small pieces. You don't want to have a whole bunch of onion in here, big pieces. You want small pieces. The dish is about the seafood, right? These are the aesthetics that go with it. So drop a little red onion in there. And as y'all can see, I haven't added any salt or anything like that in there yet, right? I'm gonna show y'all this real quick. Let me drop this over here.
You want this right here?
Yeah, can you show them that?
Absolutely. So at this point, Josh, what do you have in here again?
So all we have in there right now, as you see, it's a lot of juice in comparison to the components. You want that, you want the fish to sit in it. Some is gonna be absorbed a little bit. However, don't worry about that, we wanna sit it in there, okay? So while that's doing this thing right there, I have all this fresh onion and stuff. I'm gonna push it to the side because I'm gonna make some more once we get done with this. Next, and last but not least, I have peppers, right? Little sweet chili peppers, okay, or bell peppers. You can use chiles if you have like jalapenos, serranos, poblanos, any type of pepper you want to utilize, you can. With these, since they're small, I'm gonna cut little circles out of them, real thin slices, okay? And like I said, everything is small, thin. The focus is on the seafood. It's gonna be fresh flavors. Let me show you all these cuts so you can see what I'm talking about. All right. Ooh, y'all see that? All right. So now, just drop these peppers in here. No salt yet. I haven't seasoned it with any salt or anything like that yet. All I'm gonna do is give it a stir.
And why do you wait on the salt?
Because I can add the salt at the end. Salt has a tendency to pull moisture out of meats, and I don't want to do that right now, okay? So we just want all the flavors to come together. I'm gonna add the salt towards the end. Now, the good thing about it is you can taste it and see if you want to add salt in. Some people don't. Depends on what you're gonna eat it with. If you're gonna have some salted chips or like some fried plantains and you're putting salt on there, then you may not need salt for this. One thing to note, I'm gonna show y'all one more time. This is how it's looking. Y'all can see that. It's just a nice fresh mix. Y'all see that? So it's gonna sit. We're gonna wrap it and let it sit for 3 hours. Put it to the side, okay? The Power TV or Power Preparation, I have some already ready. I'm actually gonna show y'all this right now.
That's exactly
Actually,
what
you show that
I
to
can
me?
show it to
go
him.
ahead.
I feel like I'm on a grill, like ABC Reynolds tonight or something. That's what it looks like. So this is after it's been sitting for 3 hours?
Yes.
Okay.
3 hours. Okay. So now I have a plate. So you can just move those back, Robert, put them in the fridge.
Absolutely.
I'm done with them.
So at that 3 hour mark, what are we looking for?
So the fish will actually, I'm sorry, not the fish, but the scallop will actually turn more of a whiter color. So the acid actually cooks it. And it is nice and tender. Can y'all see that? So it's perfect. It's nice and tender. It's gonna be super flavorful. I'm gonna change my gloves. Next thing I wanna do real quick is to have some avocado here.
Yeah.
So Robert's grabbed me just a little knife real quick. So we got the avocado. presentation wise, all we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this in half, core it out, and then utilize the avocado as a vessel for the ceviche. Okay? So I got my avocado here, literally cutting it in half. Put that to the side. I have a nice big spoon here. I'm gonna go in here.
And Josh, if you can talk about what is the trick to removing this seed, because I've seen many people get hurt trying to remove this avocado seed, and I want our people not to get hurt there. So I'm gonna let you do your thing, but help me, please.
I'm gonna talk through that in 1 second. All I did was I took the avocado out of the shell, guys. I got it right here. And what I did is I removed some of the bottom just to make it a little flat at the base so I can put down my plate and it won't move around as much. And I still saved that little bit of avocado. I'll put it back in here. I'm gonna actually talk through that in 1 second. Okay. I'm gonna take this mixture that we got, right? And we're just gonna take some peppers and all that good old ceviche and just put it down and around. Sorry, y'all. And I have some chips right there. If you just want to pass me those chips, Robert. Okay. Ceviche is going down on the plate. Right. You see the colors are nice and vibrant. That's what we're looking for. Okay. And right here, remember I said I have the cilantro as well. Just gonna pick a few leaves and put it on top. Super simple dish. You can make this and forget about it. Put it in the fridge, and your guests come over. It's already done. You just plate it up. Just put some cilantro leaves on there. Now, like I said, cilantro is already in the marinade, so there's flavor already in there, okay? And what I do is I take a little salt, and I put it over top. There's salt already with these chips as well. So I take a few of these tortilla chips. I'm just gonna put them around the back end. Super simple dish, y'all. Now, if you want to make that for one guest, if you want to make it shared, you could put more avocados in there with more ceviche. If not, this is it. They could dive in, break up the avocado, get some of the ceviche. Can y'all see that?
Yeah, so how are we supposed to eat? You're supposed to take the chip?
Yep, take the chip and just dig in. All right, so I'm going to actually let Robert eat some to let y'all know how it tastes, okay?
Yeah, the last time Chef Jay was a little frustrated with me, so I'm gonna go off camera and eat this. So, Josh, talk to him.
All right, we got a question over here. Give me 1 second. You can use a martini glass for ceviche. However, I like to just put it on the plate. It's a little bit easier to work with, and then you can dip your chips in there and play around or eat it however you want to. She asked, are martini glasses for ceviche played out? I would say yes. That's like 1999. Okay, there's some restaurants that's still doing it, but you know, I don't know many people that's gonna do it at home.
99 was a good year.
It was right before 2000. I was 9 years old. All right, I ain't gonna tell my age. Okay. If there's any other questions, so I'm gonna go back to Robert's question. Best way to remove an avocado seed. Okay. So all you do is I take my knife. This is a bigger knife. It's a butcher's knife. However, you have a chef knife at home. Take it and I actually turn my avocado to the side and I take my knife and I stick it right into the seed and it'll pop out. Okay? Super simple. Now you have your avocado. It's fresh and ready to go. All right. So that's the easiest way to get that done, man.
I appreciate that. You know, I'll take that avocado too.
Thank you. Thank you. If you want to just move this stuff over, man, I'll go ahead and start working on the next cocktail.
So, are there any more questions about the ceviche before we move forward?
Here's something to know. You don't have to just use scallops for ceviche. If you have any mahi, if you have like a swordfish, if you have like a meatier fish, you can utilize that. If you have shrimp, you can utilize shrimp for ceviche. Just depends on what you have in house. I wouldn't use like a tilapia or like a redfish or anything light like that. However, those meatier fishes you can utilize. So if you are not sure, feel free to stop at your local grocery store and go to the fish department and ask them. They should be able to give you some assistance on what type of fish to utilize. From a chef, I would utilize a meatier fish. So that's your swordfishes, your mahi-mahis, your grouper, those type of fish. If you have any questions around it, feel free to reach out and ask us as well, okay?
Yeah, so Josh is going to move forward and make our next drink, which is going to be a blood orange cilantro margarita. So I'm going to kind of go ahead and get them prepped up and get started. I need to get a knife real quick. And just want to revisit what we talked about earlier, the differences between the different types of tequila, the Blanco, the Reposado, the Añejo. This has been aged for less than 2 months. This has been aged for 2 months to a year, and this is over a year, and this is considered the big daddy of them all. This is a very good tequila if you're celebrating, and also to make drinks with as well. Like I said, this has a very light citrus flavor to it. This has more of a spicy flavor to it because it's actually aged in bourbon barrels, and then the Añejo is actually aged in wooden barrels as well, but it's aged for so long that it's just become very smooth and light in nature. So very good tequilas. Try them out at your house. See if you can taste the difference, because it's a really good type of knowledge to know and when you order, when you go out to different restaurants. So I'm actually going to give this to you.
Okay. So I won't need one.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I put one up here. It was asking about the cutting board. I really don't need one. However, we're going to utilize one. All right, so this was a super simple margarita we're about to make right now. This is a blood orange cilantro margarita. It has some smoke to it, so I'm going to get into that in a second. So all we're going to do right now is we're going to pop this orange open, okay? So if you don't know what a blood orange is, all it is an orange variety. I seen an article come out a while ago, and somebody thought that people were putting actual blood in the oranges. No, it's actually just an orange variety. Okay. So what we're gonna do right here is I'm gonna squeeze some of this juice right on into this tumbler. Right, blood oranges are in season right now. I think they go until June, if I'm not mistaken. All right. So this orange is probably gonna yield me somewhere close to an ounce worth of liquid. All right, one of the next components in the drink. Sorry, I'm gonna take some of this pulp out so I can have something to work with in the drink as well. Rob, can you pass me some of that cilantro as well? So it's right there. So cilantro is gonna, people are like, why are you putting cilantro in a margarita? It's gonna add a little herbaceousness and freshness to the drink. So you have some cilantro. We're gonna drop a handful in here as well. Okay, I have another blood orange here. I want to get a little more juice out of it. This first one that yielded quite enough for us, and I want to make at least 2 cocktails. All right.
And those are both for me, right? Or is that
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I'm a little thirsty right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna celebrate my Cinco de Mayo.
No, only the right way, bro.
Only the right way.
Only the right way. So we have this in here, and it will make a little mess. So if you have a juicer, you can utilize that as well. That's why I got these gloves on, so I can just take them off and move to the side, right? Next in this cocktail, we're gonna use something a little different, right? So I have this mezcal, okay? All right. So tequila is actually made out of like the blue agave, what agave plant, like Robert was speaking of earlier. But all tequilas are mezcals, right? I did a little research. How they do it on the? There we go. So you can see it very properly. Yeah. So
thank you, Darius.
Actually, my mezcal, the variance in is tequila is actually what we know as tequila is these are actually steamed in the preparation. This is actually prepared in the fire pit, so it has a lot more of a smokier flavor, right? So with this cocktail, we're gonna get light notes from the actual citrus, right? We're gonna get some herbaceousness from the cilantro, and then we're gonna get some smokiness and some smoothness from the tequila and mezcal mixture. Come on, somebody. So right now, what I want to do to keep it going is I want to add a little bit more flavor into this mix. So I'm gonna zest some of this good old blood orange zest off of here. Okay, we got a handy dandy zester. Okay, like I said, these recipes will be available for you guys, right? This one is one of my favorites actually, so let me know what y'all think.
So we do have a question about scallops, so we'll get to your question about scallops in a moment. Just I want to get Josh to focus on my drink right here, because this is very important.
This is a good one.
It gets it right for me.
Yeah. So we got the orange that's going in here. We already have the juice from the blood orange as well. And then we have the cilantro in here. Now, we have our handy dandy jiggers right here. All right, we're gonna do an ounce of mezcal in here. Remember, this is smoky, it's pungent, right? So we don't wanna make a whole drink with this. We wanna bring in another tequila to help smooth it out.
And that is the añejo, which is gonna be very smooth, and that's why he chose it.
Yep. So I'm putting 2 ounces. And say it for me. I'm not Hispanic.
Añejo. Gotta roll it. Añejo.
And since it ain't Robert's birthday, but we're gonna go ahead and treat him nice tonight.
I like that. You see that?
I put an extra shot in there for him.
I appreciate that.
All right.
Cumpleaños feliz. You know,
now,
with the culture.
I'm gonna add some agave in here, okay? So we got some agave in here. We're gonna put an ounce of agave. I'm sorry, y'all. Use the jigger. Just want to sweeten it up a little bit, and it didn't quite fill up, so put a little bit more. All right. Now, put the top on. Oh, I'm sorry, I gotta muddle all of it. So, muddling it together, getting all these flavors in here going.
Awesome. Let's let them see what it looks like.
All right, let me break it down a little bit more.
So typically when you're muddling fruits and things of different nature, really trying to just push all that different flavor out of it. So you can do that with herbs and stuff of that nature, because it's really going to let the aromas and the different juices that are within the fruit to kind of really come out and really make your drink great.
Yep, and this one, we're just really releasing the flavors from the cilantro and mixing everything together. Okay, so 9 times out of 10 people muddle, they do that like a dry muddle. However, if you want to do it how I just did it, that is perfectly fine. It will not hurt anything, okay? So, now, got the top, just gonna shake it up a little bit. All right. Whew, excuse me. So, Robert, oh, here you go. Have our handy dandy tongs. I personally don't like my rims with sugar or anything on it, so I'm gonna make mine just slightly different. We're gonna focus in on the drink. Okay, now we have our beverage. Putting it into our glass. Hold on 1 second. I think I got something stuck in here a little bit. There we go. Okay. All right. And then lastly, what I'm gonna do right here, I'm gonna take some of this blood orange, I'm gonna cut it. We wanna make a little wheel out of it, okay? Alright, so we got that in there. It's going straight in, and then we're gonna hit it with a little cilantro to go right on top. Put it off to the side. All right, Robert, do you want to come taste this for us?
Yes, I can do that for us.
Whew. All right, save some in here.
Like the garnish.
Save the rest for me. I had to split that.
You can go ahead and bring that back up. Look at that. Y'all see how he did me? He gave me half a glass of the drink.
I got to save a little bit for me too. That's half a
it's hard
ice
out
cube
here.
as well.
It's hard out here. I've been cooking and helping this man the whole time. Oh, that's good.
How does it taste?
It's like a unique taste. I've never had mezcal before.
Yeah. So
like
slightly smoky.
Slightly smoky, but the blood orange with the citrusy flavors and the herb.
Mm-hmm.
I think his margarita may be a little better than mine.
You want to show it to the people?
Yeah, what's left? Hold on. Let me show y'all what's left of the margarita. So, cilantro on top with the blood orange and the ice. Very good, very tasty. You can actually see the pulp that's been muddled into the drink. So you can get those flavors. So, very good.
So, we got some reserved aside for me, bro. I gotta let you have it all.
We did have a question earlier about scallops. So, the question about scallops is how do you pick out your scallops?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we went through it a little bit, but
we can go
I go back to it. So like I was referencing is all I do is I go for the texture of it, so it shouldn't be slimy at all, right? So you want to look at it, you want to touch it and make sure. Also, the color should be very palish. So when you think about fish, you look at it, it shouldn't have any like brown spots or anything on there. Actually, I can show them one as well. So for everybody who might have missed it, one part that says to peel that portion off right there, okay, just in case you missed it. So here's the scallops right here. So it shouldn't be slimy at all, and it should smell fresh, right? So when I say smell fresh, not fishy, but just smell like the sea. So you should smell some salt essence there, but also not fishy at all, okay?
Awesome.
Let me see if we got any more questions real quick. Jump to this side.
I think that's everything, though. No
Yeah,
questions?
I think Jay jumped in there and said, smell sweet, pale, pink, or white. Right. So I like mine looking pinkish. I'm sorry, I don't know on the whitish as well. I've been sipping on this tonight. Thanks for that. Okay, good. We're glad you've been sipping on some as well. Hopefully we got you some different ideas to do with the mascot on today.
Awesome.
So, another question is any other margarita flavors? You can be as creative as you would like to be. One of my favorite margaritas is a blueberry thyme margarita. You also could do like a raspberry sage. You can play around with the different herbs. Like if you just want to do more of a classical flavor, you can with just the lime. And some people use different liqueurs to add in there. It really depends on what you like. So any other margaritas that I can think of right now? Watermelon.
Yeah.
You easily do like a watermelon mint margarita, which would be great.
Yeah, it's
Right.
really cool to mix those fruits and the herbs together
Right.
because it really gives you a unique flavor and a unique taste.
Yeah.
And Josh was talking about a blueberry margarita earlier, but I always love to bring some freeze-dried fruit for my rims, so it gives you that sugar and that dried fruit, which just is another flavor multiplier. So really good to go.
Yeah. Okay, do we have any more questions? You guys have been awesome tonight. We are really going to sit here and make a few more just to try it out and come up with some more recipes for y'all and to ensure that these tequilas are as delicious as they say they are. So
Yeah, we're going to have to try those many times.
yeah.
Want to say thank you again for joining our class. You can be followed at sincere.fair on Instagram and also our website sincerefair.co. Please engage with us, talk to us. If you have any questions between now and the next time we see you guys, shoot us an email or DM us on IG and we'll be happy to answer those questions for you. Icon, thank you again for the opportunity to be a part of your family.
Yeah, Icon fam.
It is a good way to go. So hopefully you guys have some more Cinco de Mayo plans later tonight. Make sure that you be safe. Make sure that you keep that 6 feet away from everybody, but enjoy yourselves.
Someone said, when can you bring some margaritas over? As soon as you DM us and send us the address, we can start negotiating from there.
Yeah,
okay.
we can figure that out. Yeah.
All right.
This may not last through the night because we got some people.
Right.
Some people that like to drink. So, thank you guys.
Thank you. And feel free, any questions, comments, let us know how this class is going. Feel free to DM us, shoot us an email, or even try out the recipes when we send it to you and repost it and let us know how it's going, right? Like try out different variations, right? So it's all about what we make out of it. This is going to be fun. We're going to do this every other week with you guys. So feel free to log on, share with your friends, share. All right, we want to make sure we bring as many people in so that we can share this information and also help you guys create some different flavor profiles at your home, okay?
Awesome. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Adios.